Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. You stumbled upon the most unlikely way to check out the video game industry. Welcome everyone to 1981, where we're playing all the games that we couldn't find a definite release date for in alphabetical order. We last left off with Sands of Mars on the Atari home computer, and let's see where we're going next. Alright, next game we're going to check out is Satellite Attack for the Philips Videopac. Really excited for this one. And if anything, this ad should get you pumped up. It's Cosmo and Star Pilot Phillips.
Check Star Pilot, but the Philips Videopac isn't just the zappiest video games, it also makes music.
Real computer training.
Which we breezed over really fast.
And a real keyboard.
And a real keyboard.
Cosmo, this Philips Videopac is so advanced, it's frightening.
That's because it's got the mind of a computer and the thrills of a Star Pilot.
Cosmo, Philips wants you to have the best.
The best.
Hi, Space.
That's right, thanks. And the ad is going for, let's make this a computer and a console in one. That's what the Philips Videopac's all about. All right, let's take a look at the artwork for Satellite Attack. This is the European version of what we played on the Magnavox Odyssey 2 called UFO. So there's the front of the box. Awesome. Way to go, Philips. Great artwork. Gets you in that space mood. Let's do some space combat shooting. And there's our cartridge. Looks like all we got to do is push triangle then space to play the game. Doesn't say if it's one or two players. Maybe it's just a one-player game, just like the UFO one. And for the manual, we have a homebrew manual, but it's you can see it says UFO. It's the same as UFO. This is just the European release for it. So if we need to, we'll refer to it. But for now, let's just pop in and play Satellite Attack. Get that handled control cartridge and pop it in. Released at some point in 1981, again by Ed Averitt, the creator of most of the games we play on Philips and Magnavox Odyssey 2. All right, what game do you want to play? The only game. Satellite Attack. Now this one's a little interesting. Now I'm going to move around as the one player. The spaceship moves around and there's a white dot that encircles the spaceship. Now whenever you're ready to fire, it's going to fire your shot based on where the white dot is. And whenever you move around the screen, you use up energy in the bottom right corner. You can see the... Uh-oh, we got something coming at us now. Oh, yeah. That was the best part. I loved how your ship didn't immediately explode. It took a little bit before it dies. But anyway, as you move around, you decide when you want to shoot because it's going to fire off where the white dot is. So there's a little bit of hesitation and slight strategy. It's not just run around and shoot. It's a different mechanic that we've seen nowhere else except on the Magnavox Odyssey 2 or Videopac. Hey, welcome Chiptune. Glad to have you. This is Satellite Attack, the European version of UFO for the Philips Videopac. Oh, the other cool part is when you blow something up that's nearby, it creates a chain reaction. Nice. The UFO destroyed itself. Love that. Love it when that happens. So you have to time your shot, base it on the right one, and then if the enemies are close enough together, it'll blow up other ones around it, which is kind of cool. There we go. Got a couple there. Oh, nice. The UFO blew itself up. Oh, did he get hit? Darn. Destroyed. Cool idea, though. It's unique. It really isn't the most ideal, though, for space shooters. When you're wanting to have a lot of firepower, we played lots of games that give you more. Wait, is that a... Oh, that's cool. So as you move around, if it makes a full ring of blue around your ship, then you have a force field that you can use. So if something gets close, like this, boom, it'll knock it out for you. Love it. But what you're seeing is what you get. So the game doesn't have any other scenes. There's nothing else that happens besides this. This is the shooter, and it's scoring all the way. You can get the high score, and then you move on to the next game. Yes. I don't know how I got through that one. There we go. Looking good. All right, there we go. That is Satellite Attack for the Philips Videopac. It's one of those games that is perfect for 1981. I'd say 3 stars, perfectly average. While it does have mechanics we haven't seen before, It's just a simple, easy arcade gameplay. So I would say 3 stars for Satellite Attack. And with that, let's press forward and see what our next game is. Now it's time to go have an adventure without it leaving your armchair. That's right, it's another Scott Adams adventure. This is adventure number 10, Savage Island. And we'll check it out first for the IBM PC, or we say DOS, PC Booter, IBM PC compatibles. It's all the MS-DOS games. And for the first one, the box front, take a look at this. It's Savage Island because this is one of the most difficult, cryptic adventure games that Scott Adams has ever done. And, I mean, how can you blame him? There's a bear paw clawing through the box front. It's got to be intense. This one's so difficult that I had to look at the walkthrough, because if we were stumped before on other text adventure games, this one's definitely going to stump us. All right, let's play some Savage Island. And this is part 1. The front of the box just says Savage Island, but the other iterations we're going to play will say part 1 on the front. All right, here we go. I'm in a beach by the ocean. Obvious exits are north, south, east, and west. I can see sand, a large stone head, edge of impenetrable jungle. So there you go. Welcome to adventure number 10, Savage Island Part 1 by Scott Adams, dedicated to Dennis Brent. What do we want to do? Let's go in the jungle. If I say go jungle to the impenetrable jungle, I don't understand your command. Of course you don't, as most two-word text parsers do. Go, wait, if it says east, let's try east. Is that the jungle? No, I'm in the beach. Go back west. Let's go, what about south? Okay, extinct volcano, nice. Oh, that's all we get? Look, volcano. I see nothing special. It's a volcano. What do you mean it's nothing special? Yeah, that's true. Maybe we will find one. Who knows what we'll see whenever we go through every single video game. So it's possible there is one, because I've already seen surprises from the video game industry I never thought were going to happen. All right, let's go back north. North, south, east, west, large stone head. Look, head. Okay, resembles me. Weird. Look, sand. I see nothing special. Of course you don't. All right, so if we keep going east, we got palm trees. Look, palm. I see nothing special. At least we can say we're getting used to these two-word text parser adventure games. It is so cryptic going back to only using verb noun to describe things, or how do you want the game to run. You can't go in that direction. Let's go west. No, west. I'm in a beach by the ocean, a cliff of towers over the west end. Oh, is that it? Look, sand. Nothing special. Go back east by the ocean. So this one is the only thing that has stuff for us to do. So what if we dig sand? How? Oh, okay, we can't dig the sand yet. West. No, nothing there. Go back east. Go north this time. Oh, you can't go north. Only south. Oh, down. Okay, what's down? Okay, I'm down. I'm in a shallow tide pool. I can go south and see water. Okay. Drink water. Sorry, I'm a bottle baby? I don't know if they're referring to drinking milk, or we're supposed to... No, it says we don't see a bottle. I don't know why they would say that. Obvious exits are back south, and then east, west, cliff towers, dig sand here. No, because you can't see the sand. The only place you can see the sand is back east. Oh man, Scott Adams. So difficult. Eat sand. Sorry, I'm a bottle baby. It said it again. I'm not sure why. All right, so that's all we'll do a taste of for the MS-DOS version of Savage Island. For the other ones we've seen, it's still going to be 3 stars, an average game for the majority of the other titles in 1981. But the other version we have for Savage Island Part 1 is the TRS-80. So this is the Radio Shack TRS-80. You can see from the front of the box, it now says Part 1. If we flip it over in the back, now we have the classic Scott Adams adventure games. What are we going to see? How long is it going to take? Still says 1 month. I think they put these on every adventure game, expecting them all to take a month. Warning, it says, for experienced adventurers only. A small island in a remote ocean holds an awesome secret. Will you be the first to uncover it? This is the first of the larger part multi-adventure. It'll be necessary to purchase additional packages to complete the entire adventure. Now, we know what, it's only going to be 2 parts, but this is difficult. I've been told this is the one they made as cryptic as possible. And with that, let's pop in and play Savage Island Part 1. It'll be so hard we won't even be able to finish. Well, we don't finish most adventure games anyway. All right, so let's do ADV, and this is adventure number 10. I believe it only goes up to 9. So to load this up, we say adventure A. Which adventure? A. What is your name? Chrono. Oh, no. Chrono. All right, let's load up and have an adventure without ever leaving our armchair. I think this one was in response of people saying his adventure games were too easy. No, we do not. Authors worked over a year on this program. Don't accept a pirated copy. Yes. Welcome to Adventure 10, Savage Island Part 1 by Scott Adams. Okay, here we go. Sand. Large stone head at the edge of the forest. Okay, so dig sand. How? With hands. Okay. Look sand. I see a hole. Look hole. I see something. Oh, nice. Then we got a bottle of rum. Get rum. Oh, get bottle. Okay, drink rum. Can we drink it? Yes, we can drink the rum. The second time in any video game we've had alcoholic beverages. That has to account for something. Someone count that somewhere if you're paying attention to all the games we play. So we drank the rum. We're on the sand, large stone head, edge of the impenetrable fortress. Yes, he didn't predict the future with the internet. That people were going to look up the walkthroughs for every single game, unless he did. I don't know. Maybe Scott Adams did or not. So the cave kept away from a bear makes you nervous. Get the bottle. Okay, drop watch. Got it. What is my inventory, by the way? Oh wait, is it IN? Do I get to type the whole thing? Inventory? Yeah, I do. So we got the bottle of rum. Still got more rum. Drink rum. Can we drink more? Yes. How much can we drink? We're still drinking. Drink rum. Yes. And I wonder if the game has any effects, because we played the Jim Pearson text adventure games. They'd make flashing and colors show up on the screen. So I'm expecting it to do something fancy, like you start to get woozy from drinking too much. But no, it looks like... Yeah, this is the second one, to my knowledge, that had any alcoholic beverage that we could consume. All right, so now let's see. Leave the empty bottle, wash off. Okay, leave bottle. Okay, left the bottle. What did that do, though? And then return to the starting point and start swimming. Oh, gosh. Okay, we'll take care of that in our other version of the Scott Adams Adventure Game number 10. All right, so again, for part 1, whether it's on any system we're going to play, we're going to say 3 stars. Perfectly average for the time. You could argue that it's too difficult and give it 2.5. I could see that. All right, and with the last version, this is for the Atari home computer, the cursive version. This is Savage Island Part 1. Again, you can see the front of the box, same as it was on TRS-80, and flip it over on the back. And then we have alternate box that it could be with the cassette tape. Yeah, there we go. All right, so for this one, we're going to pop in our cassette tape and play Savage Island Part 1 by Scott Adams. The latest, or at some point in 1981, latest text adventure game that he made. It feels weird going from arcade joystick controls and then you have to get your hands out for the keyboard. Here we go. Want to restore a previously saved game? Nope. That's it. Yes, don't copy. That's floppy. Welcome to Adventure 10, Savage Island Part 1 by Scott Adams, dedicated to Dennis Brent. All right, we're here. Obvious exits are south, east, west, down. So now they give us all these directions to go, but to get the answer, you just stay right here by the beach of the ocean. And then say, dig sand. And it says, how? With hands. Got it. Look, sand. Now it should see the hole. Look, hole. What's in that hole? The bottle of rum. Get bottle. And even though we did before, got to drink it still. Drink rum. Drink that rum. The other thing to keep in mind is the graphics. You could have artifacting turned on, which is what it looked like in 1981. It makes the screen look a little bit closer to the Apple II, because you can notice how there is holes or small gaps in between the letters or the cursive. It actually, they fill in with color whenever you add the artifacting. But this is a little easier to read because cursive is already difficult enough. Why'd they do that for the Atari version? I guess to stand out. Okay, so now by the K, look at the sand, look, hold, get bottle, drop watch. Now hold on, I want to look at that watch. Can I examine that? Examine watch. I've been here 5 moves. Oh, okay, the watch keeps track of your moves. All right, well, I'll just drop it anyway. Drop the watch so I can see the watch here. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yes, he did. If you checked out the Adventureland episode we played on the Apple II, I accidentally ran the wrong game. I ran the graphic adventure game for Adventureland, and it shows Scott Adams, the picture of him with the fro from 1982. So we will see that again next year. All right, so dropping the watch, got it done. Now, okay, we need to go find the palm tree, which I believe was east. There we go. Wait, no, look, palm. You see nothing special. Now, even though I say, can I get coconuts? I don't see it here. What? Now, it's supposed to be able to get the coconut in the palms and leave them at the tide pool. What? Okay, so if this is the palm trees, is there another spot where palm trees are? Look, tree. You see nothing. How about climb? Climb tree? Yeah, oh my gosh. So when we climb the tree, we're on the top of the palm tree. Now, the only reason I knew this, again, I looked up the walkthrough to know that I can climb the tree. Even though we said, look at the palm tree, it didn't point out the coconuts. Only when you climb the tree could you see the coconuts. Of course. Get coconuts. Okay, we got it. Now let's go down. And let's go back west. We're back here. Drop coconuts. Got it. Okay, we dropped the coconuts. They're on the ground. They showed that they're visible here. Yeah, he did. And we're going to see those too. The Hulk, the Thing. No, not the Thing. The Spider-Man and the one of the members of the Fantastic Four. Or it was the Fantastic Four one. Yeah, but we'll see those too. At some point, we're going to go through every text adventure game too. Well, check out a little bit of every text adventure game. Okay, so we drop the coconuts and leave them. Oh, leave them at the tide pool. Okay, pick them up. And again, how are you supposed to know this? So go down to the tide pool. Shallow tide pool, we have water. Drop coconuts. Okay, got them. Water and coconuts. Got it. And then there's supposed to be a cave somewhere around here. So look, but what did the see, I'm following the walkthrough. It's making no sense. And that shows you how difficult and cryptic this one is. The Savage Island games are meant to be the most brutal. All right, so that was another quick peek of Savage Island Part 1. Again, I'm going to go 3 stars, considering all the games we've seen up to this point. Maybe in 1982, I'll start rating the normal 2-word text parsers a little lower. But for now, we'll stay with 3 stars. All right, let's press forward and see the next game. Shouldn't be a surprise. It's Savage Island Part 2, the sequel. For the Atari home computer first, let's take a look at the box. Looks about the same. Savage Island Part 2. And I'm wondering if they wanted to do more than this, because this is a two-parter, the only two-parter of the Scott Adams adventure games. And were they going to plan on more parts? So after struggling through Part 1, you have consolation of knowing it's half over. This concludes this 2-part adventure. It requires you have completed number 10 and received the password to start number 11. So you had to have finished the first game, and then in the second game it begins with a password, which I believe we got, but can you imagine buying this and not knowing that you needed a password? What a waste. Maybe that's why I didn't do so long. So that's right, Spider-Man was in the Quest Pro ones. Okay, so for this one, no other information we have here. Let's pop in and play Savage Island Part 2. Released at some point in 1981. This one, Scott had a little help with Russ Wetmore. Way to go, Scott and Russ. Let's go in all its cursive glory. There we go. Want to restore a previously saved game? Nope. All right, adventure number 11. They worked a year on the program, so don't copy or accept a pirated copy. That's it. Welcome to Adventure 11, Savage Island Part 2. Dedicated to adventure fans everywhere. Metallic voice whispers in my mind. Vocalize password, please. Now, believe it or not, the password is 1, 2, 3. What? Vocalize, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? What? No! Then my sources are incorrect. Wait, am I supposed to do it in quotes? No, I can't do that. It says 1, 2, 3, at least what it says. Oh no, maybe it's for different versions. You had to finish the Atari version and get a certain password on that version, and then go to another one and get a different password? Oh man, okay, well that's as far as we'll get. You have to finish part 1 to play part 2 on the Atari home computer. And I did find out about Scott Adams. 2018 blew my mind. Another developer that I got to find his info to invite him on the show to see if you want to chat about the games here, which is the primo time whenever you made games. All right, so for this one, again, we'll do 3 stars, standard, pretty average game we've seen for the time. Let's see if the password works for our other one. This is Savage Island Part 2 for IBM PCs. Same box we saw from before. Pretty sure it's the same artwork. Yeah, front and back of the box. And it does have, on the right side, all the lore, if you wanted to read that about the game. So let's pop in and play Savage Island Part 2 and see if the code works to allow us to play. I'm in a lot of trouble. Welcome to Adventure 11, Savage Island Part 2 by Scott Adams and Russ Wetmore. So vocalize password, please. 1, 2, 3. Does it work? 1, 2, 3 is a word I don't know. Sorry. Well, how do we vocalize? Do we have to use quotes? 1, 2, 3? No? What about parentheses? No? Then how do we put the password in? Are we supposed to say it? Like, is there a voice command module? Oh, maybe it's written out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't even read that far. Look at how long how many characters one word can have. It cut me off at the last 3. The 2 E's, I mean, on 3. Well, then how do you put the code in? All right, so what if we look? Just like we saw on the other IBM PC games, the game crashes when you die, so it didn't let you complete it. Well, sadly, then my sources to give us the password for part 2 are incorrect, so we won't get any further, but it goes to show how crazy cryptic these games are, the Savage Island games. They only did part 1 and 2 gladly. They didn't have anything else to stump our minds. We're going to see a lot of text adventure games and puzzle games, for that matter, that just get progressively more and more difficult, and it even becomes a highlight whenever you go to Europe and play some of the games on the computer. They advertise them as, this game is too difficult. You will not succeed. And I guess to get people to buy so they can stand up to the challenge. All right, so we'll say still 3 stars, very average game for the time for a text adventure game. And with that, let's press forward and see what our next game is. There we go. It's time to check out Scarfman for the TRS-80. Let's see what Scarfman's all about, starting with the box. Oh, Scarfman. It's another Pac-Man variant. We got to scarf some stuff. This is by the Cornsoft Group. As we flip over the back of the box, this is for TRS-80 Model 1 and 3. They have the instructions of how to load, which we don't need. The object of Scarfman is to get as many points as possible before you are eliminated. In other words, like Pac-Man. Points are scored by eating the dots on the screen. It's like they're explaining Pac-Man for people that don't even know Pac-Man exists. The Scarfman starts at the bottom of the screen and is shaped like a big C. Move them in with the arrow keys up, down, left, and right. If you have an Alpha Products joystick, the game can sense the stick and move that way. Attach a speaker amplifier and listen to Scarfman eat his way to victory. Well, I believe we have both of those plugged in, so we'll see what happens. There's 5 monsters. Every time Scarfman eats a plus, the monsters lower their eyes, slow down, and run away from Scarfman. I love how this is describing it as if we don't know what Pac-Man is. It is 1981, and Pac-Man fever is everywhere. So hopefully someone that flipped the box over and started reading this, they're aware of what Pac-Man is. Our experience with the game is that it's habit forming. It's not unusual to sit at the game for over 2 hours. Play Scarfman for 2 hours? I don't know about that. Let's see if we have any other artwork. There's our cassette tape we're going to pop in. Or slide in, what have you. And we got a manual too. So let's see what the manual has for Scarfman. Meiosis Incorporated. Will you scarf your way to victory? Can you avoid the monsters that guard the maze? Answer these questions, await the brave who dare to enter the maze where the monsters live. Now that's funny, taking the top-down maze game and making it scary again. They did the same with the Ghost Hunter, which I thought's interesting. I never thought of that. There's ghosts in Pac-Man, so why not make it horror or scary-ish? Now they're calling them monsters. So, do you have what it takes to reach skill level 9? We probably don't. And that's it for the manual. There's really not a lot of instruction for it. All right, let's play some Scarfman. Released at some point in 1981 for the TRS-80. That's true. With Mrs. Pac-Man with the maze changes, sure. It's time to scarf with Scarfman. I don't know if you can play 2 hours of this. We'll last just a little bit. There he is with the big C. Scarfman, the Cornsoft Group. So this is by Philip Oliver. Way to go, Philip. And, oh, it's in. The game began. I didn't type anything or do anything. It just went right, it went right into it. I thought it was a track mode we were looking at, but no, this is it. This is the game. You pick up the plus, and then I see the little eyeballs move down to the center. It looks like we have a dot in the middle of the maze, too. That's a nice touch. And then we're going to pick up some more. Yeah, the flashing is real. If you're sensitive to that, I apologize. Got another one. Nice. Oh, I gotta watch their eyes. Their eyes move up, I think, 1 pixel, and that's the difference between if you've eaten the plus or not. I'm trying to see what they do with the AI. It looks pretty random. I don't see anybody necessarily following me. Oh, they already switched over. That's one of the things I've noticed when we play these Pac-Man variants, what they do with the ghosts. If the ghosts have any kind of intelligence. And it looks kind of random so far for this one, but we're already game over that fast. We didn't even make it through level 1. Can we have another go? Do we need to do end, break, enter? Oh, there we go. Got it. It just goes from the title screen right into the game. You don't push anything, whether it's 1 or 2 player. It's 1 player only. That's true. I'm not making a eating animation or scarfing animation. Come on, Scarfman. All right, let's see if we can play this a little better. I want to see if the maze changes. We've seen some incredible Pac-Man variants, and the best ones are the ones that let you modify or change the maze to play something different. It's pretty cool. Oh, no. Oh, I could have gotten him. See, it's that 1 pixel difference between if you can eat them or not. We're obviously on the TRS-80, so it's black and white, and when you play in the arcades, you can tell. They turn blue or a different color, but a little harder to tell on a black and white screen. Feels like we're playing on that obscure system. There it is. Got it. The New Zealand, the computer from New Zealand, the Amber Pegasus. Okay, yeah, so it's the same maze. Can you get to level 9? Just gets harder and harder. Difficulty increases just slightly. Pretty cool. Okay, so I dig it. Scarfman's pretty good. I'm not going to say it's doing anything better because it is black and white, and it's hard to tell the difference between the 2 different ones. So as far as all Pac-Man variants go, it's actually subpar. But considering every game we played to this point, I'll still say 3 stars, right down the center. Chiptune staying lower, and I can understand. If you've seen the other games that have come out, there's some incredible ones, but as far as Pac-Man, it's still fun for the TRS-80. And the other ones we played, especially by Big 5 Software, they push the limits of the computer, and it is awesome. Definitely higher than 3 stars. All right, so that was Scarfman. Let's press forward and see what our next game is. We're next going to the Commodore VIC-20. This is Seahunt. Oh man, please do not play your Atari that close to the screen. There you go, use your VIC-20. Just like that kid, so you're comfortable, away from the screen. Or maybe he's just bored playing the computer, we don't know. Seahunt is another one that's a little hard to come by. I don't even have a box for it. All we have is this, a couple screenshots. So let's just pop it and play some Seahunt for the VIC-20. This is by Creative Software Incorporated. Not even familiar with the developer. Kind of hard to come by. All right, so which level do we want to play? Let's play level 1. What is Seahunt? Okay. It's like a shooting gallery, but they put a sub-naval kind of flare over the front of it. But it's the same idea like we've seen with the carnival shooting galleries. How many shots can I fire? Let's see, 1 at a time. Yeah, it's a fixed shooter, pretty simple. It's not even doing anything fancy like showing the missiles going off in the distance. So this could just as easily be hitting animals in a circus. There we go. Well, there's Seahunt. For the time, I honestly don't want to say it's bad. It's a good time for 1981, but it's subpar. I'll say 2.5 stars for Seahunt when you consider everything else we played up to this point in 1981. Oh, that's true. It's possible. All right, let's move forward and see what our next game is. Yeah, now it's time to go check out the Bally Arcade, or Astro Videocade.
you Bally Arcade, a new video computer system that gives you more than Atari or Intellivision.
More than Atari and Intellivision.
Arcade gives you 4-player capability and an
Atari
incredible 256 colors. Arcade has features the others don't. A built-in music synthesizer, 3 built-in games, a calculator, and Bally Basic, making the arcade a personal home computer. Arcade doesn't just play games.
Yeah, and just like we saw with the Philips Videopac, it's saying it's a computer and a console. It's everything. The Bally Astrocade is what you want, or Bally Arcade, as he said. All right, let's take a look at the box for Seawolf and Missile. This is 2 different games. Seawolf, from the depth beneath the sea. You fire torpedoes at tankers, battleships, and other targets. Your mission is to sink more enemy ships than any other sub in the Wolf Pack. It's a race against time and other subs in the Navy. Missile is launching missiles. It's 2 games. So even though he said in the ad it's 4 players, and we've seen other 4-player games, this one's only 2 players. Let's take a look at the manual for Seawolf and Missile. Okay, so they got 2 screenshots of the 2 games. Looks like another fixed shooter from the bottom of the screen. Insert your cartridge and insert the time you want to play. How long do you want to play? 9 minutes and 99 seconds? Or 45 seconds? It's a 1 or 2 player game, so we'll get a second controller ready plugged in. Object of Seawolf is score as many points as you can by sinking the blue and yellow ships across the screen. And look, someone gets to play as the yellow submarine. Or the pink submarine. Everyone probably fought over the yellow submarine. And then Seawolf, the torpedoes. Missile, is it still getting the most points? You bet it is, yep. Object of Missile is the same as Seawolf, except you can guide your missiles with the joystick hand control. So it's kind of like it's the same game, just with a different coat of paint, like a version on the Atari. There's no load cycle. Each player's score is displayed. Got it. All right, let's pop in and play Seawolf and Missile, released on the Bally Astrocade at some point in 1981, published by Astrovision. Now, the cool thing I found out later is you can actually push the button and select everything without even pushing the number pad on the console. But we'll check out Seawolf first. Actually, before we do, I need to get the second controller plugged in. I wanted to see what the slot, or what the 2-player mode's looking like. So adding another joystick, resetting, and we're in. Okay, let's see what Seawolf is like by going to 1. And then how long do we want to play? Okay, 45 seconds, sure. All right, we're in. So 1 player is playing as the yellow submarine. Yay, I'm the yellow submarine. And the other player is the pink sub. Looks kind of orange from my side, but yeah, it is the shooter we've seen since 75, I believe. That's how old this type of trope is. Being released now. Now, this game technically first came out, I've heard, in 1978. The one we're playing now is a re-release. Yes, that commercial you saw was whenever this game was re-released. So in 1981, this came out again by Astrovision, but it's the exact same game. And you can kind of see this is a little rudimentary. I can believe this coming out in 1978, especially with the other games we saw on Atari. I'm controlling both at the same time, and it's keeping track of our missiles down at the bottom, just like it does in the arcade. So it's a palpable shooter for, I'd say, more like 1978. And then for Missile, let's check that one out. Go into option 2, and sure, 45 seconds will do. We're in. Okay, so on the left side is blue as player 1, and then right side as red for player 2. And okay, cool. So you fire off the missile, and you get a little bit of control. you can move where that fire the missile and then move it around. But that's it. It's the same kind of game. Just now you have control over where the missile goes. And then rack up those points, score more than the other person. Yeah, it's doable for the time now, but bear in mind, this is only 2 game modes. So we've seen lots more variations in game modes from consoles. I'd say even more on the home computer space. Home computer space games, go, go, go! And then time's up, and 1 player wins. Yeah, I was not familiar with this system until a lot later. The Bally Astrocade or Videocade It's in different flavors, and I was more familiar with Atari and television and the Odyssey 2. So this one must have passed by the radar. All right, so for all the games we played up to this point, I'm still going to say it's average. It gets the job done for a good, fun time, but it's really not doing anything to be an excellent or great game. And it's not bad. It works really well and plays really well. If you've ever checked out the Bally Astrocade controller, you can see kind of what the kids are holding in the commercial, but it has a trigger, and there's, at the knob at the top is an analog joystick. It's pretty cool. So it controls really well whenever I was playing this one. All right, so let's just say average for the time. And with that, let's press forward and see what our next game is. Yeah, okay, it's time to go back and play some of Microsoft DOS. And for the IBM PC fans, this is what it was like.
But at the Hat of the Month Club, the boss better keep moving. To keep the books,
with old Charlie
organize
Chaplin.
the files, write the letters, check out the inventory.
Kind of an interesting way to do the commercial by saying all the things that you use with the computer.
A thriving business can reach a point of diminishing
Make it seem like
returns.
you're so busy you have to
A
get the
good
computer.
time to learn about the IBM personal computer.
The IBM personal computer.
With this tool for modern times, a person can quickly master
There it
such
is. That's what we're
jobs as
playing on right
accounting
there.
or word processing. Even use the IBM personal computer to forecast growth. Or helping the business person at home to wear many hats, while selling even more. And that can be a feather in anyone's cap. The IBM personal computer. Try one on at a store near you.
Yeah, try one on. All right, this game we're going to be playing is Set the Hostages Free. A homebrew, but they really didn't call them homebrew at the time. So this one we're going to check out by Techsoft, released at some point in 1981. Let's see what Set the Hostages Free is like. This will appear in color only. If you're using a high-resolution color monitor, yes, we are using a high-resolution color monitor. And what difficulty we want? Let's try General, I guess. And they give us some kind of Middle Eastern theme. Are we breaking them out of Iranian prison or something? I do have fondness for that sound in the background, but it was a little lengthy because I'm not able to do anything yet. And we do have a controller plugged in. Here we go. We're moving, can move left and right. Oh man, it's like tile-based. So I have a gun at the bottom I can fire, and yep, I can fire one shot, a little beady dot. And, wow, what a weird concept. Okay, so the faces in the middle, which is a character set on the IBM PC, which we've seen before in a game called Meteor. As the barrier moves around, you are supposed to fire your bullet in the small gap as it comes by, and push your way inside to get to the hostages to free them. So while I have the freedom to, you can see I move my gun around. I mean, why do that when I can find a hole and break through? You can see I did it there. Oh, now something's thrown on the outside. Wow, it's amazing to see this from the beginning, 1981, when IBM PC or PC-DOS came out, and where we're going to go, where MS-DOS is going to go from this, because this is so simple. Wow. Blows my mind. The very first game we played on IBM PC, or the PC-DOS, was Donkey, which came with it, and yikes, it was terrible. It was so simple, but obviously they're getting used to programming for the computer, but it's just crazy to think that of all the upgrades and where we're going to go in the future, how long this lasts. MS-DOS is going to be with us for a long time. We got some classics that are going to be on there. Yes! We have 5 hostages free. Oh, so it just breaks that side and you just keep going? Alright, let's see what happens if I go to this one. Oh, that's bad. 5 hostages set free, 85 still wait a hero. What? You're supposed to save 85 more? Do we want to play again? No. Cheers to all the heroes. Alright, so that was Set the Hostages Free. I'm not going to say it was a good time. We're going to say it's a bad game of all the games we played. 2 stars for Set the Hostages Free. It's the best of the bad. And with that, let's press forward and see what our next game is. Hey, welcome, welcome. Bury the Brain. One of the first video games, yes. Birdie the Brain is a mainframe video game. And so mainframe games are the only ones that we haven't played because I wasn't able to get everything to work. I know Play-Doh was available, but there's many more out there. And so because of that whole branch of mainframe games, we have not checked out. We have done everything else, though. Arcade, handheld, consoles, and computers, or home computers. So the big ones, the Trinity in 1977 are the ones we started off with. And we did have one other before, I believe, the Trinity of computers. So when you go back that old, though, for mainframe computers, we have not done those. Well, at some point, I think so, but I'm not sure. I know that there were teletype games like the very first Oregon Trail that were available. Again, we haven't played the very, very first on teletype, but we did check out the one on elementary math that was on the Apple II, which was the very first game. It was just called Oregon. All right, now let's check out our next game. This is Shadowhawk 1 for the Atari home computer. Never heard of this one. Let's take a look at the box first. Starting with the front, a futuristic computer game of spacefaring piracy. Sweet. Flip it over to the back. You are the sole surviving naval commander of the Free Space Confederation. The tyrannical galactic empire. Oh, that darn empire. Has overrun the once proud Confederation, all but your small outpost on what was once leading the industrial planet in space. You have the last free space machine of destruction, so we're supposed to fight everyone as Shadowhawk 1. The game begins with basic design, which is even matched the Imperial Corvette, the raiding incoming merchant ships laden with raw materials. You can increase the designing capabilities of the Shadowhawk 1 at your hidden outpost. Okay, so it's probably a different version of Star Raiders, which is an exceptional game for the Atari home computer. Like, you get to fly around shooting spaceships and gathering resources and supplies. Do we have any other artwork for this one? Nope, just the screenshots. And we got wireframe 3D graphics. Cool. All right, checking out the manual for Shadowhawk 1. One-player computer game for the Apple II and Atari, and the one we'll be playing is the Atari home computer. Galactic Empire conquered the noble Free Space Confederation, except for your remote outpost on a moon at the outer limits. The prey is, we're supposed to capture enemy raw materials, which can be bartered for better weaponry, shields, missiles. But be alert. Empire's interceptors, corvettes, lancers, destroyers, and cruisers are probing the solar system for you. Your objective is against the Galactic Empire's forces, capturing their merchants, gaining raw materials to survive, and destroying the Empire's warships. Thank you for the brief synopsis. They didn't go through a whole lot of lore. We've seen lots of lore with some of these games on the computer. All right, so the point system for taking out ships is right there on the left side. The game's ended when you're giving a rating, and they even give us a score rating at the end. Oh, cool. The best rating is called Star-Lord. Guess that reference. How do you begin? You start the game with 8 beacons. One will appear in each corner, one on the center of on each side of the solar map. Remember, ships will only be visible in those sectors containing beacons, but you'll be unable to identify whether those ships are merchants or fighters. There's 2 phases for the Shadowhawk. The planet phase will enable you to make ship improvements and allocate raw materials. And repairs and improvements are made in capturing the raw materials. And then, how do you get the game to go? Insert the disc. Enemy ships are introduced. Start the game, press any key. Solar map will appear. And then the planet phase. You enter either B to buy mode or 8 options listed under the heading. You press U on the keyboard to unload raw materials from Shadowhawk 1 to your base. Yeah, okay, so it's a merchant trading space game with combat elements. So space combat, too. And then where's the other option or the other part of it? Because there's 7 options for expending raw materials. We have beacon, shield strength, torpedo strength, disruptor strength, hull strength, torpedo, repair damage, and then takes you out of buying mode. And then the space phase is where the combat is. Attacking one at a time, the ships will search out and destroy the last undaunted warship of their most hated enemy, the Shadowhawk 1. So C turns the computer on and off. S is shields. T is torpedoes. D is disruptors. And then that is the end of the manual. Okay, wait, so they broke it up in, looks like in a different order, but the B is for beacon, M for map. And see, this is why the manual is so important playing these home computer games. You have to know all the commands to play the game. And we played some really intense strategic simulations incorporated or SSI games. Oh man, they are impossible. There's no way you could play them without a manual. Shadowhawk 1 is a game of careful planning, cunning, and dexterity. Best of luck and happy hunting. All right, any other versions? Oh, nice, we got a cheat sheet. The cheat sheet shows you exactly what to do. Okay, we'll refer to that if we need to. It shows you what to do in the planet phase or the repair phase. All right, cool. Let's pop it in play. Shadowhawk 1, released at some point in 1981. This is published by Horizon Simulations Limited. Here we go. Got a splash screen to open us up. And we have an Atari joystick plugged in. Really cool for the Atari home computer. You just take that controller from your VCS, plug it into your computer, and go. I like how the home computer space starts advertising them as gaming computers, which is awesome. Oh, this is so cool. This is one of the first times we've seen wireframe 3D graphics on a home computer. Galactic Saga, I believe, had a little bit, but they didn't move this smoothly. And it's showing all the different spaceships. This really reminds me of Elite, which we haven't even seen yet. It makes me amazed that we're seeing so much and we haven't even seen Elite yet. Whoa, there's the battle station? Okay, nice. All right, so controller isn't responding, so I'm going to do the next step. Okay, keyboard worked, and we're here at the solar map. Looks like S is the sun. There's our base. Enemy is the $sign, and then we have ships. Dagda, Cabis. Wait, is that cannabis? We're going to get some space cannabis. And then we have the beacon with the dots. So if this is an enemy, let's go for him. Go. Recorded rake ground pounder, which means we just died. Oh, maybe we didn't turn shields on. Is that what happened? The game already ended? That was one of the fastest deaths we've ever had. Because I went right to the face of death. Can I go again? Anything? No? All right, we'll back out and go back in Shadowhawk 1. We'll try taking on something besides the enemy first, or going to buy stuff. Let's go it again, playing some Shadowhawk 1 for the Atari home computer. See, we go right to the solar map, and we'll refer to our cheat sheet now. Yeah. There's a game very similar to this we played on the Coco, and we also had another game that was one of my favorites for the Atari home computer, Star Raiders. I'd say done better, at least what I saw from the first combat experience. Okay, so we're in the solar map. Cheat sheet time. If we go... No, wait, not manual. I want cheat sheet. There we go. Okay, so to move from the solar map, you push J to jump to a specific sector, and then buying mode is go to the planet base, and then B for buying mode, and then unload raw materials while you're in buying mode. And then you can also repair your ship while you're in that mode. Okay, so if we find out where... Oh, did I just go in the middle of space? I think I did. Yeah, here we go. Go back to J. Okay, so we go back to the star map. Looks like you can just push... See, I'm moving with the joystick, the Atari joystick around the screen. Even diagonal works because it's a 8-way digital joystick. And then I push the button to go to a sector, and if nothing's there, then I just get this. But if I go to J, that goes back to the star map. I guess J to jump around. So let's go to base, and let's go B for buying mode. Or go inside it? No? Okay. Go back out. J. Maybe enemy? No, enemy is the $sign. It said J, then B to go to buy. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the 2600 one was pretty cool. So go back to the cheat sheet again. I got to go jump, move the cursor to the planet base. Oh, you have to push P first, then B. Oh, gosh. Of course. So I'm here at the base. I push P and then B. P, then B. All right, maybe I go in. Now push P and then B. Nope, still doesn't work. Even with the cheat sheet, come on. Move to the solar map. Joystick button shows the sector. If to move into buying mode, press the J jump and move your cursor to the planet base. P equals planet base. Oh, wait. Then I wasn't on the planet base. It says that's the base. Maybe we just don't have a P yet. All right, let's just try going to a ship. Here's a ship and go. What do we get? Oh, he's all over. Okay, so now the way this works is I am using the Atari joystick, the red button to fire. Can I put up shields? Shields on. So whenever they move across the screen, I can't move the cursor. The attack, I did it. The attack is so simple. I'm not even moving around. I just have to wait for the ship to move in the middle, and it's kind of like an arcade game where I'm not even controlling or moving the ship. So kind of lacking, at least on the attack front. We've seen things better on other home computers for the first-person space combat. Okay, this will go back to here. Now it's turned into a beacon. Okay, got it. And then can we go, do we get any materials from them now? Can I say P and then B? No. Still nothing. Weird. Okay. Going back to the cheat sheet. To unload more materials, go to... Oh, see, we haven't seen P for planet. It said it was our base, but it didn't have the P symbol. So maybe we haven't seen the base yet. All right, so going back to this screen, it looks like we have... Do we have other things that we can go to another map to check things out? Yeah, let's check out Dagba. What about here? P, B? No? Anyone home? Nope, nothing there. And let's check out what's the beacon look like. Nope, nothing here for the beacon. Now, if we do go to attack, let's say we want to attack the enemy, which is right here. We go on the enemy and then put up shields. Quick! Nope, shields on! And then let's see how many... Oh, dang, and they took us out. So my guess is you have to go fight smaller ships, build up enough materials, and then figure out how to cash them in. Build up your ship, make your ship more powerful, and then go to the enemy and take the enemy out. But the attacking is so rudimentary. Like, whenever you want to attack, it's just the ship flies around, and you just have to time it to shoot. You can even see in the gameplay on the left. That's all it does, is you're just hitting the fire button. So it's kind of like a poor man's Star Raiders. It has the idea of what they want to accomplish, but it's just not implemented very well. Well, for the games we played at the time, it's subpar. I'd even say, yeah, I'm gonna say bad. It's one of the games that, well, obviously we couldn't get the controls to perform well, but we've seen combat done better and jumping around the starship and seeing other planets done better. So yeah, it's a bad game. Starhawk 1, 2 stars. That's true. The 3D polygon graphics was good, but I don't know if I want to push it even higher because, yeah, we'll say 2.5 stars. That's a good point about the graphics. No, I'm still going to say it's 2. It's cool that it has the polygon graphics, but it's just not an enjoyable experience. We played the better one on the Coco that did this better. Even though they didn't have the polygon graphics, it just made it great. Yeah, good point. All right, and with that, let's press forward and see our next game. We're still on the Atari home computer, and this is Shoot. Just Shoot. This one's by John Howard Palovich. Way to go, John Howard. Released at some point in 1981. Published by Compute. And that means this is one of those type-in games. By Compute. You can see I am a... we'll just call it a gun on the bottom of the screen. And the way it works is... Oh man, this looks like it's one of those bargain bin Atari VCS games. I didn't have any other options. We didn't have a manual for this, but it's literally just one gun in the center and then you shoot things across the screen. I can control what's happening, but anything with option, anything with select, no, there's no game modes. This is it. It is literally one gun that fires a bullet at the top, and that's it. And it is keeping score, but it's not 2-player. It's just 1-player. Very simple shooter that you could play on your Atari home computer. There we go. That's Shoot. Quick jump in and play because there's really not much to that. Of all the games we played, it's all right. It doesn't have 2-player capability though, so I'm gonna say again 2 stars. Cool color graphics, doing the gradient going up on the screen. But for enjoyability, playability, there's way better out there than Shoot. All right, with that, let's press forward and see what our next game is. We're still on the Atari home computer, and this is Shooting Gallery. Let's check it out, starting with the box. Another one. This one's published by Analog Software, just like the magazine. We flip it over in the back. We're going to use our skill to shoot away at owls, ducks, rabbits, and pipes across the screen. So it's like a carnival shooting gallery. By Phil Mork. Way to go, Phil. And yes, 1 player. Any other artwork we have for Shooting Gallery? Yeah, the advertisement flyer. This was $19 when it came out, so just bear that in mind. You just paid $19 in 1981, and then let's see what it's like. We do have the manual, too. Do we need a manual for Shooting Gallery? We don't need to explain how to load the game. It's going to be nice and simple for us. Don't press the break or system key. You put the joystick to move the pistol in. The top row of critters is worth 60 points. The middle row is worth 40, and the bottom row 20. Flying ducks are worth 10. Pipes are worth the value indicated on the screen. Stars are worth 10. And the round ends when no bullets remain or when you clear the screen. The computer will remember the high score until it's shut off. Once you turn it off, that's it. Imagine a world where the game wasn't saving your high score. And for different versions, we have the cassette version and the disc version. So let's play disc. We're busting out the big bucks. At some point in 1981, we got Shooting Gallery for the Atari home computer by Phil Mork. All right, here we go. It's on. It runs. And didn't have to do anything on the keyboard. I am plugged in. Atari joystick is in, left and right. We even have carnival music in the background. Oh, I let the duck go to the bottom, and then my bullets go away, right? Yep, and then it's game over. Wow, easy to play though. I pushed the red button on the joystick, and we're back. So let me take care of that duck before he gets too close. And then we also have a way to get. I bet we can shoot back. We can. Can we get those flags for more bonus points? You gotta slip it right. There we go. I got one. Nice. But once your bullets are out, that's it. I wonder how you get more. Shooting the targets in the back. No? Okay, that's pretty good. Yep, and there you go. So the game repeats ad nauseum, which is the huge. Now, if I wanted to, like going back to shoot, this is a type-in game, and while it's simple, one player, the curving bullets is all right, but it's still not something that gives you a lot of content to sink your teeth into. Shooting Gallery gives you a little bit more, but it's not really amazingly better, considering the other games we played for 1981. But I'm still going to go subpar, 2.5 stars, considering all the games we played thus far. It is still around the average range, just not as good as everything else. All right, that brings us to the end of our evening. This time, we're going to put our video game playing on pause, playing all the video games in 1981 in alphabetical order. Had a blast. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone, on Twitch and on YouTube. That's it for today, and like I always say, good shooting, Tex. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without RetroArch and Launchbox. Please tell your friends there's some crazy guy out there trying to play every single video game. You can always check out Chronologically Gaming on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We will catch you next time.